Welcome to Toca Race Driver 3. Okay, we want to watch the intro. Alright. And by the way, I used save profile, so I didn't do this 100% before starting the stream. No, someone else played the game through. So this is game from 2005. Yes, and beware, do not install and launch this game on Windows 8 unless it's a good old games version, because there's a DRM which will break your computer in worst case. So patch it or remove the DRM before launching the game. Okay. Yeah, I could do the world tour, but I'd rather play single races. And this game is huge in terms of categories and tracks, although the tracks are limited by category, so you cannot do every track on every vehicle unless you try some mods. Okay, I could well, let's try each of the categories. We start with the Renault A110 International Rally. Let's read them. Welcome to the Renault A110 International Rally. This is a great introduction to the world of historic rallying. This championship features the Renault A110, which has taken many victories in world-famous rallies, including the Rally Monte Carlo. Okay. And there are three different rally stages. And you use this car. Okay. We have different cars by Renault. Oh, these are just yes, these are just different drivers. Well, Andreas Schroeder. And okay, yes, this is fine. Difficulty normal, why not? Practice, no. Opposition, no. Way, no. It's the details. Okay. Alright. Well, this looks better than Rally Trophy, obviously. Although it's not a very good rally game per se, because well, the engine is actually better for track racing. Wait a second, where am I going? Do I have a co-driver? I'm not hearing anything. Yeah, there's some speeds there. Can I actually... I cannot change settings while in-game. It's too bad. It's weird, actually. Yeah, I used to have the game. Still have it. I don't know where. And I liked it very much. I also had the Toca Race Driver 2. And I remember it had some interesting fantasy tracks. And it had a great track modder, so you could actually swap the tracks and create your own championships. So what would I do? I would put rallying tracks for F1 or Formula 3000 championship, and you could even do a multiplayer on those tracks. So when I hosted the game, I'm sure many would be surprised to see that the next race would be on gravel on F1 cars, and that was just crazy. The F1 cars would just jump and spin and roll, and it's just great fun to have Formula cars on gravel and conditions and tracks that they don't belong to. Of course, you could also put rally cars on normal racetracks like Silverstone, but that's not too silly. Yeah, I like to host multiplayers on Toca Race Driver 2. Not so much in Toca Race Driver 3, and usually I don't like multiplayer on racing games because the standards of driving are usually quite poor, and if it's a private room, then it's gonna be too difficult. So there's no good balance. Either it's full of Russian drivers wrecking your race, or then there are only professionals that you cannot beat them. Okay. Okay, I didn't do well there. But anyway, let's continue. At least this game is running perfectly in modern PC with everything maxed out. It's running perfect 60 frames per second on a full HD resolution. So this is great, and I can stream it. Oh. Nice Doppler effect there. Yes, while Toca Race Driver 2 supports EAX surround sounds, this one doesn't. It has its own surround settings, but I don't know if they are good. I tried them. I didn't notice anything special over headphones or stereo settings. This track reminds me of Isle of Man. And while the game doesn't have presettings for modern wheels or any wheels whatsoever, it's not too bad to calibrate your steering wheel. I set the steering range to 250 degrees and then put the saturation on 70 and 2 points for that zone, so it won't wiggle that much. I think it's controlling very nice. It's kind of smooth. It's not very responsive in that sense. But I don't know. Maybe Toca Race Driver 3 was meant to be simulation, but today it's so far from simulation that it doesn't matter. It's just your funny little arcade game. It just happens that when the game gets old, it becomes an arcade game because it just feels so weird and unreal. So even when the old games like Richard Burns Rally, they claim to be a true simulation, but you know, physics engines and technology goes forward, and the simulation of yesterday becomes arcade of today. Yeah, but this still looks quite nice. Although it doesn't have any those effects like modern games have, starting with the motion blur. But personally, I hate motion blur. It's just distracting. I prefer to turn it off if it's possible. And many games in mid 2000 they use so fake looking motion blur that some games even were ruined by unappealing motion blur. Especially many arcade games for PlayStation 2, they were just awful. They looked awful with it's so... Oh! Didn't concentrate. They just looked awful with that old blur going on. This is nice and crisp. Oh, that's a big jump. It's amazing how many tracks this game has. I think I've already said previously in my racing streams that the weakest link of today's racing games is that they're so photorealistic that the developers don't have time to make many tracks, and they don't even have space enough to make, for example, 20 or 30 different tracks. So many contemporary racing games only have like 10 different tracks. Obviously Formula 1 has 20 different tracks, so it's actually good game if you want to have many tracks in your game. But some arcade racers, they have only a couple of tracks, and then huge variety of different routes and mirror and whatever of the same stage. But it's not the same. I don't like to have 10 different variations on one track. I want to have 10 different tracks with different scenery and so on. Okay. Well, that wasn't very good start from me, but anyway. Okay, let's go to the options and put the sound of speech louder. Yes. Okay, what next? We have Rally Cross Championship, and then we have Muscle Car Tour and Silver Arrow, and there's so many different categories here. We have Formula 1 and what is still locked? Interesting. Then we have GT. We have oval racing, the car. Then we have touring car. I don't know how they managed to get license for all these categories. The super truck series is there. We have a couple of off-road racing. This is interesting. Monster series. And more rally trophy. Then we have open wheel, starting from karting to the Formula Ford, Formula 1000, Formula BMW, Palmer, Formula 3. This is the real Formula 1 Williams team. Formula BMW, ADA Cup, Formula Ford. Okay. Well, let's go in order. Okay. Now qualifying. Now rules. Rules are for losers. I like that reflection on my front. It's beautiful. We have dust effects. I think Codemaster was on their peak in mid 20s, mid 2000, because I don't know. Because after Toca Race Driver 3, they went total arcade with Grid, which was a good game. But it wasn't very realistic and didn't have many real cars. So what I'd like to see is Toca Race Driver 4, which is just like this game, just upgraded to modern PC, modern HD graphics. But that won't ever happen. And obviously there are games like R-Factor and Assetto Corsa and iRacing and so on that have many mods. But oh my god. But I would like to see what Codemaster can do with their budget. And do a great racing game with 30 or more categories. It would be just wonderful. I really like their engine in Dirt Rally and even Formula 1, so they know how to make a good racing engine. Alright, fourth. Next race. Is this a real track or a fantasy one? Still don't know how to get a good start. Volkswagen, maybe this is a real one. And I have damage on. I always have damage on, because if you don't have any damage, it doesn't make the game actually a very realistic. You have to have risk of wrecking your car. It's part of motorsport. You can always have an accident and you can always end your race by going into the tire wall. Okay, I dropped quite far, but I think I'm able to get them. I still have 2 laps left. Yeah, one game I should play at some point is Flat Out and Flat Out 2 by Bugbear. I know that their latest game, Wreckfest, has come out this year, but I don't know, it looks very similar to Flat Out 1 and 2, so I don't know if I'm willing to pay for just for upgraded Flat Out. Still have the original game somewhere. I like enjoying the online multiplayer very much. It was very intense, and I would usually won many rounds. I was quite good at that game. Both of those games. Alright, I'm gaining places. Looks like time is running out and I'm breaking my gearbox. I don't know why. I mean, there is a button for clutch, which I'm not using, so maybe you should be using clutch manually. Well, I cannot get higher than 6th, but I take it. Wait a second, isn't this the same circuit? I'll try anything. Oh, it's a different way. Okay. Oh no. Speaking of motorsport, well, I mostly watch Formula 1 and occasionally something else like in Indy 500 and the Le Mans race, and maybe some Formula 1 feeder series as well as like Formula 2, but not so frequently as Formula 1. Yeah, the domination of Mercedes it's just so boring. There seems to be no end of their domination, so even if the rules will change in 2021, it's unlikely that Mercedes will become a midfield team, and if they do, they will quit Formula 1, so that's even worse ending what can happen. So it's very likely that nothing will change in 2021. What I really would like to see is like seeing like Red Bull, what Red Bull did in 2009. to become a race winner team. Maybe it would be interesting if Renault or Haas would become a winning capable team, or even Williams. That doesn't seem likely. In 2009, that was a great year because we had a surprisingly new team, Bronchi GP, winning the championship, and then back then even Toyota was a strong team as well as Renault. So 2009 was really a special Formula One year because it was so different, and hardly anyone could predict that in the first races there were no McLarens or Ferrari driving in the top 6. Of course, it could be possible that McLaren will one day become a winning team again, but even that seems unlikely at the moment. So it seems we are destined to have Mercedes and Ferrari and Red Bull dominating the top 3 places for I don't know how long, for a foreseeing future. Okay, and another one on this track. Wait a second, it is the same track. No, it's not. It's a bit different. I have a loop here. Oh my god. I'm about to take the lead position. Okay, it seems that this rendition of the track includes every possible turn. It's gonna be a pretty long lap. Back to asphalt. What the heck? Well, this is gonna end. Oh no, I shouldn't change to lower gear so abruptly. What the heck is happening in the distance? Some glitches on the sky. Oh no, it's not a glitch, it's just field. I thought that was some kind of a glitch. Glitching clouds. I'm leading quite comfortably. I don't know how to spell it. Where am I going now? Oh, near. Well, maybe I did that on purpose to make the race more exciting. I want to have a proper challenge. So lonesome to be in the lead. Volkswagen. But there aren't many games today that have good license for different cars. I don't know. Do modern companies are they more strict about giving their license for game studios? I don't know. Maybe it's more difficult, or maybe it's just more expensive. Maybe it was considered that games, well, they are such a niche medium, so you can just give them rights to use our name, like Volkswagen, for free, or for a small amount of cash. But maybe modern companies are in today, they are so aware of that gaming is a billion dollar business. So if company asks for their license to use the car on their game, they will ask a huge sum of money because they expect profits due to their sales, and many at least small companies do not have that money. Maybe Codemasters could still have a game that have like 20 different car manufacturers. I don't know if there are so many manufacturers still in the world, but anyway, that's my guess. So licensing has become too expensive to have a grand game like Toca Race Driver 2 and 3. Alright. As I'm about to win this race, I'm gonna say goodbye for you, and let's play this game sometime in the future. I really enjoy this after 15 years. Still feels great. Okay, I was 5th. So, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.